You really can't imagine how sometimes the most mundane things can turn your life completely upside down. Yet, we're talking about the chandelier. Crazy, right? Now, I'll definitely think twice before buying anything for my house again. But let's take it step by step here, or things might get lost in all the chaos. I live a normal life. I've already been married. There's nothing extraordinary about it. An ordinary marriage without drama, without high-profile scandals. My ex-wife, Irene, was beautiful, well-groomed, and worked in an office. We've been together for 10 years, and we've been through a lot together. I'm an ordinary guy. I work, clean everything around the house, and I like to fish with my friends. I always thought that our family life was calm, without shocks and surprises. And then, the chandelier happened. Irene kept beating around the bush for days. "Dennis, it's time to get a new chandelier. This one is just hideous." But I resisted. It's still working. Why throw away money? After the 10th time, I caved. I handed her the cash and said, "Pick whatever you like." I thought that was the end of it. Oh, how wrong I was. A week went by, and still no chandelier. A second week passed, and still nothing. I started getting worried. "Ira, where's the chandelier?" And she was completely unfazed. "I'm still thinking. No need to rush." Fine, I thought. She's taking her time. But then, one day, I came home from work, and the house was empty. I called her up. The answer I got was predictable. "I'm at my mum's. She's not feeling well." Well, Mum's health is sacred, right? So I believed her. The next day, when Irene was at her mum's, I wandered into the kitchen and noticed her bag in the corner. And next to her is someone's phone, an old flip phone, no less. Curiosity got the better of me. I took it, opened it, and started browsing the gallery. You guys should have seen the look on my face. There were pictures of romantic dinners, Irene with some guy, and the messages were full of tenderness. "You're amazing. I love being with you. When can I see you again?" And the kicker. The money for the chandelier didn't go to any store. It went to fancy dinners with this guy. What do you think of that? But here's the kicker. The hardest part was realizing this had been going on for weeks. While I was working, while I was building a life and trying to create a home for us, my wife had found comfort in someone else's arms. But you know what's really strange? I didn't freak out. I didn't make a scene. I just sat with the information, processed it, and decided it was time to talk. When Irene finally came back, I was waiting for her in the living room, calm as could be. She started rambling on about traffic and her mom. I nodded and said calmly, "Sit down, we need to talk." I handed her the phone. And that's when the drama started. First came the tears. Then came the ridiculous excuses. "It's not what you think." I didn't get enough attention. Emotions. Believe me, I had plenty of those right about then. But I didn't raise my voice, didn't make a scene. I simply said, "Pack your stuff and leave." Irene blinked, but quickly realized that there was no way out. I even helped her carry her suitcase to the door. And you know what? Strangely, I felt a weight lift off my shoulders. Sure, it stung. But honestly, a bitter truth is 1,000 times better than living in a sweet lie. The divorce was swift. There was nothing to discuss, really. We just signed the papers, went our separate ways, and that was that. Then came the hard part, the self-doubt. Was it my fault? Had I not been attentive enough? Worked too much? Those questions gnawed at me for days. But life has a way of throwing curveballs when you least expect them. One evening, I came home and noticed a tiny red kitten by my doorstep. It was shivering from the cold, pitifully small. I couldn't just leave it there, so I picked it up. And in that moment, a thought flashed through my mind. Well, little buddy, looks like it's just you and me now. I named him Ginger. He became my reminder that life, no matter how rough, goes on. And then something unexpected happened. I took Ginger to the vet, and that's when I met Valerie. She was young, vibrant, and kind. She smiled at Ginger, then at me, and in that brief moment, I felt like fate had handed me a second chance. We started talking, and it turned out she had also recently gone through a divorce. That connection, shared pain, I guess, brought us closer. It's funny how life works, isn't it? Sometimes, just when you think you're lost, the right person shows up. And Valerie, she was exactly that person for me. As for Arvin, well, as they say, you reap what you sow. She had a huge scandal at work, so loud that the whole office knew about it. Then she was demoted, and soon after that she was fired. But, honestly, I didn't feel any satisfaction from it. Life has a way of balancing things out on its own. These days, I'm living with Ginger, and I'm spending more and more time with Valerie. We take walks, laugh, discuss books and movies. For the first time in a long while, I feel alive. I've learned something important through all this. Don't cling to people who tear you down. Sometimes the best thing you can do is let go. Life isn't just about pain and betrayal. It's about hope, new beginnings, and meeting people who make you happy. So, a little advice from me. Take care of yourself. And if your wife ever starts asking for money for a chandelier, well, you know what to do. Always check those receipts.